The scenario being played today is the 2015 Incursion. This one has no kill box. There are 3 flags. Each one can be either controlled or dominated for 1 point, and the first one to 5 points wins. Alright guys, this is Molorian, and this has been a game I've been really looking forward to. So as you guys know, I've been having lots of fun with my Buccaneers, and really loving the mercenaries, but my buddy Tom, who is part of the Hobby Night in Canada podcast, he's been doing mercenaries solely for like 3 years or more, and he's really big into Durgen and stuff, and in the meta, he's been like the merc guy. And so he said, you know what, let's have mercenary madness. Let's just fight our mercenaries together and see what happens. So here we are here, we just chinged off and a little cheers to our glass here. We did get Incursion, which is really good for me actually, and I also won first turn, which is also massive. And so what I'm going to be doing here then is of course getting my Buccaneers up the field. There's a little bit of water here in front of me, is kind of a pain, but what I really want to do is get up there, tie up those press gangers, and then just kind of like leave them there. That wall and those press gangers there will be a great spot for me to run up, feed into, trap him back. Now, he does have Kayazi that can come through, but my Kayazi can then go countercharge his Kayazi, and if they have, you know, the spell up there where they have primed, hey, if they explode and we lose each other's Kayazi, I don't care. So I'm up here, I'm in position, I'm feeling great, and we're about to see the move that we are going to call the Mustachio, because I just didn't see this coming. He puts primed, red line onto the Earthbreaker, primed onto the press gangers, and it turned out I left a hole for him to go through. Normally, that's not a big deal because sure, I'll just kill all your guys, but with primed, they're going to explode with a POW 14, and that's dice -1. So I tried killing the first couple, but he was just crushing me with the damage here, and in the end, I had to let the press gangers go through. This was not part of my plan. This is throwing my plan completely topsy-turvy. Then the assassins charge in, they kill one. The red-lined Earthbreaker, he goes and he runs up. I believe he's already contesting the one flag, and this is like, wow, did not see this coming. If I was a little bit more careful with that, I could have been okay, but I didn't. So now I have to really make sure I try and kill these press gangers, and at the same time, try not to lose too much. So I'm trying to stab what I can, especially if I can get little stabs in the back. Even Magnus is doing his work. He hit one with an obliteration, hit another, even did a spray. And then because I don't want to die, because Durgen and the Earthbreaker is kind of a scary thing, I have a Buccaneer that's staying back to knock me down in the trench. So otherwise, I have a couple of Buccaneers in the Talon who's going to be trying to hold up the Earthbreaker. My Eliminators on the bottom are going to try and sweep around. The Eliminators at the top, there, hopefully I can score in that flag. That's going to be my big thing, trying to score in that flag. Really getting to a position here right now. And, yeah, we'll kind of see what happens with that. My Kayazi, a little bit holding back. Now, one thing we're doing right now is I wanted to try and get a stab on that last, and that was going to give him a free strike. Now, what I wasn't sure about is whether free strikes counts back strikes, and then Kayazi would get an additional dice, and it turns out that's how it works. So, really bad. He really cranked me, and then he made his tough test anyway, so really not worth it. My Kayazi getting into a position here. I'm spread out because I know with his blast he can do a lot of damage, so I'm going to try and mitigate that the best I can. So now we're on to Mercenaries turn 2. This is where scoring can start happening. So right now, of course, the bottom flag is contested, the middle one's contested, but I'm on the top flag, so he'll need to get something there, but that shouldn't be too hard. my stall that I put on his Colossal, because of why not, that goes out. And this is going to be Durgen's feet turn. And his main goal here is just to crush my Kayazi. And oh my god, Durgen with his triple shots here, you know, I tried my best to be spread out. But Durgen, and he also had Dougal do the artillerist to him, so he could actually go and like re-roll if he wanted, direction how far. They just destroy my Kayazi. So the Kayazi that I need to do the dance with his, they're just not really doing it. Otherwise, the Earthbreaker, since he is having boosted damage from the feet, he just kind of shoots the guys down here in front of me. He destroys one of the jacks, other ones are just knocked down. Pressgangers here, they're going to charge in. He's going to get one up closer enough on the top flag so that I won't be scoring there. He'll be contesting that. And these guys are really powerful too. With Gang and Primed, these guys are PAL 13. So even these little press gangers are being at dice -2 for damage on my Buccaneers. And man, this Primed is just throwing everything out of whack. The Kayazi, they're doing some of their attacks now. I'm losing more Buccaneers. And at the top, you couldn't really see them, but they had Ayanna and Holt. So Ayanna and Holt and Hawk are all going to run over there, all to contest that one flag. So I'm not going to score on this turn, and it would actually be fairly difficult for me to score on my turn here. So now we're on to my turn 3, and I got to figure something out. This is not going well. He has broken through my Buccaneer wall because I didn't respect what Prime did with these free strikes going through. And so what I'm going to need to try and do is be a little bit risky here. I'm going to need to be allocating my focus so I can try and stab as many Kayazi as possible and then just try and spray and kill those other guys. So you can see the Kayazi Eliminators coming down here on the bottom, trying to work their way to Durgen. Otherwise, the Kayazi Eliminators at the top, they're going to come up and they're going to kill Hawk. And then I was hoping to kill Holt as well, but the dice just didn't work out. So there you go. Otherwise, I start using my focus over here, and it's just not working. I was able to kill off like a couple of guys here, but I was hoping for a lot more. So I mean, like I'm boosting to hit. I need 10s, buy and boost with 3 focus. I kill like 2 guys there. Not too bad. Other Buccaneers that aren't engaged by the Earthbreaker trying to come over. I'm just trying to find some way so I can start scoring on that top flag. But in that, I got this whole mess of Kayazi and primed press gangers to try and deal with. And it's just not going my way here. Alright, so now we're back to his turn 3, and we're going to see what he can do. He's going to keep on trying to do the attrition. So the Earthbreaker here was just going to be pivoting around enough so you can see these various Buccaneers here. He's going to start attacking them. It's always kind of fun in these situations where it's like I have one Buccaneer with like 1 box left because the Earthbreaker's like, damn it, I don't want to waste that one attack, but sometimes just gotta. And so that's what's happening here. He's killing a few. These damn stupid press gangers still being a major pain. Again, I thought these press gangers would be going to be stuck up. They're going to be caught. They weren't going to be doing much. And they are just ruining my day. If I had some sort of upkeep removal like Epic Iris, maybe that could solve this. But you can see now the Kayazi are going and they're destroying 2 Buccaneers. Driller's going after me now. You can see me filling up my second glass of Sambuca because this is just, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. My Buccaneers are getting pretty smashed here. Went in with a plan and it didn't work. Otherwise, Durgen turns around. He shoots and kills one of the Eliminators, not the second. That one there passes its command test. Ayanna and Holt try and kill those Eliminators, but that doesn't really work out. And otherwise, that's going to be really it. So we're back now, going to be on to my turn. And again, I need to try and kill these Kayazi. So I'm going to be going and allocating 3 focus to 2 of these. I'm going to hope that, first of all, this one Eliminator is going to charge in here and kill Gorton. But I miss. You know, I'm used to, Durgen. I'm used to Gorton with his low defense, high armor. But him there with Durgen is still defense 14. So I missed my attack. And that's, I really needed to try and get some damage there. Meanwhile, I had thought Talon was going to come in here, boost to hit, buy boost, and kill off 2 Kayazi. The Buccaneer would come over and kill the underboss, but all those 10s missed, and I killed nothing. So that kind of sucks. Otherwise, I was able to go with my Eliminator. Eliminators, and they were able to kill off a Kayazi and still tying up Holt there. So doing a little bit of work, but I just need that top flag cleared out. So my Kayazi are going to come up there and kind of consolidate. Magnus is going to get up and spray, and I'm just going to knock him down again. And that's my turn, and we're now back on to the Durgen mercenaries. So with this here, now he is attrition me enough to the point that the Earthbreaker can actually come down and start scoring on the bottom flag. So he comes down here, destroys one of the Buccaneers that was closest to him. The Driller is going to destroy a Buccaneer as well. The Kayazi are going to charge in, and they're going to start doing some damage. I still have the Eliminators up there, so that's still something, but now the Press Gangers are going. They're going to destroy another Buccaneer. There's just destroyed Buccaneers everywhere in this list. If you just look on here, there's these little colored circles everywhere, just destroyed Buccaneers. And now here comes a Tactical Arcanist Corps. They're going to go and put up their clouds, and it's back to me. Things are looking desperate. I need something to start working here. He had killed off one of my Eliminators here, so I don't know. I got to try something. So first of all, I got my Buccaneers. They're going to try and start stabbing things. My Kayazi are going to charge up here into his Kayazi and try and kill them off. And I fail on one Kayazi, but I did kill Holt, so that's something. Otherwise, this one remaining Eliminator is going to try and come over here and try and get one shot. Magnus is wondering if he should get up and try and get some work done, but if I ever miss that net, even if I aim, I still need 7s a hit, and if I fail, I'm kind of dead. So it would be a little bit bad. So otherwise, that's all I could really do. I pass the turn back on to him. He's now at 2 control points at the end of my turn. And on his turn here, he's just going to keep on attritioning. So he shifts over here. He's now going to destroy my Talon, I believe it was. More attacks and other Buccaneers. I'm down to just 2 Buccaneers now out of my original 12. Over here, same thing with Artillerist. He's going to go and shoot this Kayazi, and he's going to kill that. So I have no Kayazi Eliminators anymore. That was kind of like my last big hope of assassination. With this, he's going to score on his turn again. He's going to come up here with the Driller after me, and he's going to miss. So not too much there against that Buccaneer. I think he connected with like 1 attack, but nothing really. And now it's back to my turn. And at this point, I know I'm screwed. He's at 3 points. He'll be at 4 points at the end of mine. I'm like, you know what? If nothing else, I'm going to get some goddamn scenario points. So my Kayazi kill off Ayana. A Buccaneer runs up there. And then a fully camped Magnus runs up to try and be scary. So that's what I do. He goes up to 4 points. I go up to 1. He's guaranteed to win now in scenario, but he's going to try and go for the assassination. First, he's going to try and clear away that Buccaneer, but it's going to fail. And so I'm just going to be like, you know what? If you want to try Magnus, just go ahead. I just put the Driller there. Roll your attacks. Why not? Let's see if Magnus survives. And Magnus does survive, but still, it doesn't really matter. He is going to win on scenario, and that's the game. So the game just won on scenario for the Durgen side. So Tom, what are your thoughts on the game?
Man, if it wasn't for my jank, that's actually a pretty hard wall to get through.
That was crazy. I mean, we talked about just like the other day, what's the best dwarf caster, and I didn't really give it to Durgen, but that is massive. So for those, I mean, if I didn't explain it before, he snuck through, and if I ever want to do a free strike, POW 14s, that's massive. And so, I mean, if I did this, that would avoid it, but otherwise, I mean, what I really thought was going to happen is I jam up your press gangers, your Kayazi charge through, my Kayazi charge your Kayazi, and I just hope I thought you were actually going to put Prime and Kayazi and there'd be like a double elimination. But all of a sudden, when you have these guys here, it just screwed me up. Yeah. And I mean, I made some free strikes at first, and I thought maybe you'd be dumb and like pass a tough and block that hole. But man, that is so good.
It's pretty versatile. Obviously, his biggest downfall is upkeep removal. So if you can kill Iris too, do it. But the sad thing is that there is a lot of upkeep removal in the game outside of Iris. Like, you've got a lot of casters that can do it. So if anyone knows what they're doing and they see a Durgen in there, you've got that just to kind of take that away. But
you love all the wreck markers?
It's like playing on a board of Skittles. Holy cow! I killed all but 2.
The pretty one. Well, okay, the new pretty one. Oh,
Yeah.
we got one over here. Yeah.
Yeah, I killed all but 2.
And you totally shut down my scenario game. Like at the end, I just like threw everything in just to get a couple of points. But yeah, you just shut it down, and that hurt. You know, like and your feet turn too. Like I tried to spread out my Kayazi so you wouldn't kill so many, but still, when you get to re-roll your directions, you just slaughtered my
Well, I killed
Kayazi.
about 6.
Yeah,
Which
6
is
on that
huge.
one turn. Yeah,
Which is huge. Killing 6 of them really reduces their efficiency.
yeah.
And like I know I've got my own Kayazi and they died of blast damage too, so I get it. But I think a lot of people talk about Ostrom being the best dwarf or the best guy to run the Earthbreaker, and I kind of get that because you get the crazy janky assassination attempts
The
from
snipe
Ostrom.
stuff, yeah.
But I don't think he really does much else. Like all he really does is bring snipe, put fire for effect on Hernan John or something, and
He has an out for Pathfinder, but you can get other ways around that. So it's not really the biggest deal.
I don't really care about the +2 armor, really.
And Durgen just does work every turn, right? He always has
Every
something
turn.
to shoot, and so I think you sold me on Durgen. I think I really got to play more games with him.
And my favorite thing about him too is that his 2 upkeep spells that were signature up until about a year ago, Redline and Primed, with Primed is still a signature spell, which is amazing. It does so much work.
Yeah.
All the time because you're getting the +2 to attack and damage rolls for a unit. They get the -2 armor, but if you're putting it on Kayazi or Press Gangers, who gives a shit? It doesn't matter whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then they explode. If you can play that to your advantage, like I was able to do in this game, it gets even funnier.
And I mean, like you had here, there were PAL 13 press gangers, and if Hawk was still around, they'd be Weapon Master PAL 13.
Only against living models.
Oh, 11 models, but still, right? Normally, they can just be slaughtering everything.
Oh yeah, I normally keep her around more just to like have them in her command range.
Yeah.
And keep them fearless for a turn, and then put her where I need her. But it's true. There's been games where PAL 13 Weapon Masters against Warders or the Champions or something like that for Trolls has been pretty massive for me.
Yeah.
Other than that, like the Driller didn't do a lot in this game, but you know at the same time he still did. Like it's kind of getting in the peace trades. He killed two
Buccaneers.
2 Buccaneers, which is exactly how many points he cost.
Yeah.
So
And if nothing else, he was just like a sentry here, right? Keeping you safe.
Yep.
So for 6 points, like the Driller, you can't go wrong with that guy. He's a pretty great.
And
Extra heavy.
and he normally doesn't get jammed as hard as he did in this game.
Yeah. And the thing is too, like it was huge to know who got first turn because I needed first turn to put the line here. If you got first turn, the battle's happening here. You know,
Yeah.
like so that was it could be even worse.
Well, actually, I think honestly for you the better call would have been to go second.
Really?
Because if I'm going first and putting my press gangers up into that area, well, no, maybe not.
What am I gonna do? Knock him down with my nets?
Maybe actually. Like you move forward, you knock them down with your nets, and then you run forward, and you're actually. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think this was actually a great matchup for you, because you had nothing against my. Like my jacks were running around with impunity.
Well, again, the major move was when you snuck through there. That was such a huge move because if the press gangers were stuck here, then I could deal with this. I was going to go for double elimination press gangers or Kayazi, and then I thought I was going to be scoring over here. But once those press gangers got through, I just had nothing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, maybe eliminators, nope, dead. Maybe eliminators, nope, dead. So.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Either way, thanks for the game. And
Thank you.
and for those watching, and by the way, I went through a glass and a half of Sambuca, and you killed off that entire stein. Look at that mighty stein of beer.
Again, just like I took a picture of this, but
It is a big
Earthbreaker, Stein. Earthbreaker, Stein.
stein. So props for
It
that.
has
too.
twice the volume of an Earthbreaker.
So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye.